Welcome back to the Cossy channel. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Arsenal have been very busy this summer. We have spent over 100 million euros on 4 signings, and we have had a major signing and a major departure as well. So in this video, let's look at all the done deals Arsenal have done so far, departures and incomings, and what some of the big deals that Arsenal are working on, and some of the departures that could leave the club this summer. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Let me know in the comment box below, how do you rate Arsenal's transfer summer right now so far? We have not signed some of the players that you want, but we've signed some of the players that we need, especially under Mikel Arteta and Andre Bata. They're signing players that they think the club absolutely needs. So in this video, let's get into all the done deals and some of the confirmed rumors that might actually happen. Right, let's start off with our outgoings, and the biggest one is Thomas Partey. Partey is the biggest departure Arsenal can face this summer. And what Partey actually teaches us as Arsenal fans is, at some point in time, we are going to have to learn with to deal with departures in this Arsenal team. One day, Saka could leave. Another day, maybe Declan Rice, maybe Odegaard, maybe William Saliba. I don't know. But Partey leaving has been devastating to the Arsenal fan base. Now, what happened? Arsenal tried to agree a deal with Thomas Partey. That didn't happen because Partey wanted a little bit more, and the contract Arsenal were giving him was not reflective of his ambitions. The player says in his own words that at this age, it's not about just playing football and going wherever you want to go. It's about securing a future for your family, whatever that means. It means maybe raising your family in a safe place, but also raising them in a place where they can actually have what they want. That means money. So Partey parts ways with Arsenal. His contract ended on the 30th of June, and as we get into July, Partey will not be an Arsenal player. And for Arsenal to confirm that, they've already signed a replacement that we will talk about later in the video. For Partey, all I can say is good luck, bro. You've been such a wonderful signing, a fantastic signing for Arsenal. We are going to miss you massively, massively. And then one of the early departures at Arsenal was Jorginho. This was also a done deal already, and he's also already playing for Flamengo in the Club World Cup. Actually, they were eliminated in a game where he scored against Bayern Munich. But Jorginho left Arsenal, and Arsenal got a replacement right away. And there is a pattern that I want you to see. Arsenal are not messing about this summer. You leave, we'll replace you. You stay, well, we extend your contract. At least that's what we're doing. So with Jorginho, it was about time. Arsenal wanted fresher legs in that midfield. You had Jorginho and Partey, who are getting old. Partey 32, I think Jorginho 33 or 34. So Mikel Arteta wanted someone younger, someone fresh to come in, and Matt Zubimendi was that player until Partey decided to leave, and Arsenal did get another player in midfield. But with Jorginho, it's the end of an era of Jorginho and Partey. It's been a short spell, but I loved it. Jorginho offers you something different from Thomas Partey's physicality and his, physique in midfield. And Jorginho is this kind of smart CDM that when he's in the midfield, you expect him to create chances, and he actually did create chances while he was in that midfield. So Jorginho is also leaving Arsenal, or has also left Arsenal. That is confirmed. Another confirmed done deal is Kieran Tierney. This one has also signed for Celtic, and he was actually announced already by Celtic, right? And with Kieran Tierney, if I was to rate his time out of Arsenal, I would give it a 7 out of 10. He's one of those players that didn't play much, but Arsenal fans really fell in love with him. I think one of the players that we love, or some of the players that we've loved, Kieran Tierney is there, just like Takaro Tomiyasu. These are players that are injury prone. They don't play, but their ability and their quality and their loyalty tells you if they were any better in terms of fitness, they would have been devastating players for Arsenal. That one is a done deal. It is confirmed. And then we move on to the next one, which is Raheem Sterling. Do we need to talk about him another time? I don't want to talk about Raheem Sterling, but Sterling obviously came in from Chelsea on loan. Arsenal decided against extending his deal. Alexander Zinchenko has not yet left Arsenal at the moment, but there is a big possibility that Arsenal will get some money out of his sale this summer. AC Milan are interested, Dortmund are interested, and as far as we're hearing, Atletico Madrid too. Now, Simeone as a defensive guy, why do you want Alexander Zinchenko, a guy that cannot defend football, to save his life? I don't know. But with Alexander Zinchenko, he's one of the players that revolutionized this Arsenal team when he came in 2023. The mindset of the team changed when we brought in Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus. Like, Arsenal kind of went to a step further when we brought in those guys, and that was the first season Arsenal challenged. The problem with Alexander Zinchenko, defending. I mean, you want a player like Lewis Kelly, can defend very well and give you those offensive contributions as well. Zinchenko can't do that. And Arsenal, if they get 20 to 25 million euros, yep, they'll be willing to listen. And I don't blame Arsenal. I would be willing to listen as well. And then Jakub Kiwior is also among the confirmed players that Arsenal are willing to listen for offers. If an offer came in for Jakub Kiwior, just like Alexander Zinchenko, Arsenal will listen. Now, the difference between these two players is easy. When it comes to Alexander Zinchenko, Arsenal are 100% sure they want to sell. When it comes to Jakub Kiwior, Arsenal are in between there. They're like, he had a very good end of the campaign, so we might keep him, but also his value went up. So if anyone is giving us like 45 to 60 million, do we keep? Do we actually sell? But this one also depends on Arsenal's ability to replace. If we can get Hato, 100%, Kiwior can be sold. But if Arsenal believe it's going to be harder to replace Jakub Kiwior, there is a possibility that he stays, right? But also Arsenal are very close to announcing another centre forward, right? Sorry, centre back. Does that affect the chances of Kiwior leaving? Big possibility. But Jakub Kiwior, one that Arsenal are willing to listen offers for this summer. If a good offer comes in, don't be shocked if he's sold. Karl Hein had a very good loan spell at Real Valladolid that last season. And one thing I'm going to say about Karl Hein, good goalkeeper, but Arsenal brought in Kepa. I don't think Karl Hein is going to be a third-choice goalkeeper. He should have been our second-choice goalkeeper, but after getting that spell of minutes at Valladolid in La Liga, he's going to be looking to get a team that gives him more minutes. So I think this one is going to be sold 100%. We're hearing that Arsenal being offered chances to loan him out, but Arsenal want permanent transfers. And then your boy, Gabriel Martinelli. Now, with Gabriel Martinelli is another confirmed deal that Arsenal will do if money is right. If the money is right, Arsenal will sell. Bayern have discussed him. We don't know of any other clubs that have discussed Gabriel Martinelli. But one thing we know, Arsenal want about 50 to 60, 70 million. I would sell Gabriel Martinelli for 70 million with add-ons. And I would say it's not about Martinelli being bad. It's about Martinelli being upgradable. I think Arsenal can do better by signing a Rodrigo in that area. It doesn't mean Martinelli is bad. It means we have decided to upgrade, and maybe we've decided to sign a player who better fits our system. So Gabriel Martinelli, would you sell? Arsenal will listen to offers. That is 100% confirmed. Albert Sambi Lokonga. He will have to be sold. Because even when Arsenal have lost Partey and Jorginho, you would think this was Lokonga's time to shine. Maybe, okay, Jorginho goes and Arsenal signs Zubimendi, Partey stays. When Partey leaves, you would have thought, okay, we have a natural replacement to Thomas Partey. That is Albert Sambi Lokonga. But Arsenal have not done that. They've just said, go. Right? So he's going to be sold. Sevilla, he was at Sevilla last season on a season-long loan deal. And Sevilla decided against buying him. That tells you everything you know about Albert Sambi Lokonga. He's going to leave. No question about that. But what about the incomings? What are Arsenal doing in terms of incomings? Which ones are done and which ones have been confirmed to be right? Martin Zubimendi has arrived from Real Sociedad to replace any of Jorginho and Partey. I have been attacked by, for saying that he's a Partey replacement. Okay, let me say it like this way. He's not a Partey replacement, but he will play where Partey has been playing, which is a Partey replacement. Now, Arsenal have spent 66 million euros on this guy. That is more money than Arsenal spent on the signing of Thomas Partey. Does that mean that Mikel Arteta trusts this CDM as much as he did Thomas Partey in 2020, there is a very big possibility. Also, think about this. We got Partey from Spain. We are getting Zubimendi from Spain. Well, maybe that's not bad. Okay, so Arsenal are going to have to deal with major changes in midfield with Martin Odegaard coming in and Partey gone. Arsenal are going to deal with a team without Partey for the very first time, and it is a little bit scary. But of course, with Partey's injuries, Mikel Arteta must have found a way of lining this team up without the presence of Thomas Partey, unless Mikel is not a good manager. And I know he's a bloody good manager. Okay, next on the list, where do we begin? Let's start here, right? Let's start here. Kepa Arrizabalaga signs for Arsenal, 5 million deal. He's going to be a backup goalkeeper to David Raya. Arsenal see him as an experienced goalkeeper. Good deal in my opinion. It allows us to spare funds and spend them on areas that actually matter. Kepa, welcome to Arsenal. Medical's done. Everything finalized. After Kepa, Arsenal signed Christian Nørgaard. Now, again, with Christian Nørgaard, it is a bit similar and close to what happened with what happened with Martin Zubimendi. He's either a Jorginho replacement or he's a Partey replacement. But people don't want me to say he's a Partey replacement, right? So everybody say it with me. He's a Jorginho replacement. Okay. And with Christian Nørgaard, again, the reason as to why Arsenal went for him is quite interesting. Mikel Arteta wanted a player that has got Premier League experience, but he's also Premier League ready. That's why Arsenal went for Christian Nørgaard. And at times I really want to say, why did we do this deal? In my heart, I know it's a very, very good deal. So Arsenal signing Christian Nørgaard is a 15 million euro deal from Brentford, and I don't have anything against this deal. Honestly, like, I'm not lying. Then, Christian Mosquera. Well, Arsenal are about to complete the signing of Christian Mosquera. This one is also confirmed. Personal terms have been agreed. Arsenal are just preparing their last bid for the player, and an agreement with Valencia will be struck. Well, Arsenal are very, very careful on this deal. They don't want to annoy Valencia because Mosquera is one of the players that are very, very sought after. Bayern, Leverkusen, Leipzig, all these guys are interested, but Arsenal are very, very strongly, in a very good position because we have agreed personal terms with the player. He's crazy about joining Arsenal. I don't know what makes players crazy about signing for us this summer, but Mikel talked about it in the summer, and he said, during the season, we can get any player we want. Players are dying to play for Arsenal, and Christian Mosquera is not any different. Now, Mosquera signs as a potential Saliba replacement, but at the moment, he comes in to back up Saliba and also back up Gabriel. He can play at both left centre-back and right centre-back, and we've been told he can play at right-back. Everybody say, he can play at right-back, another right-back. He doesn't cover left-back though, so maybe Arsenal might have to look elsewhere in order to sign another left-back if Mikel Arteta wants to this summer. Then, let's talk about Joro Hato because we're talking about left-backs. Well, with Joro Hato, the agent was in London, talked to Arsenal, but Arsenal have a few conditions to deal with. We've got to offload Zinchenko, offload Kivio, and then Joro Hato can't sign. He's just 20, and he's been followed by Arsenal for 5 years. What Arsenal is saying basically is this. We have followed this guy for 5 years. We've scouted him for 5 years. It is time to bring him home, and nothing is going to stop us. Now, the price for the player is going to determine whether a move happens or not. Ajax don't want to sell, presumably, but they might have to sell in reality. If they ask for something between 35 million euros to 40 million euros, I won't be surprised if this is the last deal Arsenal do this summer. Arsenal strongly there, and they're interested, according to Ryan Taylor. Okay, then Benjamin Sesko. With Benjamin Sesko, all I can say is Arsenal are there. Very much interested. Arsenal have scouted this guy for 2 years, done a lot of groundwork for the last 2 years. The deal will happen, right? But if it doesn't happen, Arsenal have a very good replacement for the guy, and that is Victor Gyökeres, confirmed. If Sesko doesn't arrive, this guy does, okay? Both of them, the problem is the price. Šeško, he's going for 70 million euros. Gyökeres is going for 70 million euros. Arsenal want to pay a little bit less than both prices being quoted. I don't know how much Arsenal want to pay really, but it looks like we're looking for a big bargain on the striker market. And then the 100 million euro player that Arsenal could sign, Rodrigo. Arsenal could go and get Rodrigo this summer. We are very much interested, but the problem, this deal also has a lot of problems. Problem number one, the player has not yet talked to Madrid that he wants to go. Problem number two, we don't know if Madrid really want to sell. Problem number three, we don't know if Xabi Alonso really wants to work with the player or not. Problem number four, we don't know if Arsenal are really willing to pay the 77 to 90 million that this guy is going to cost. That is 100 million euros. And again, problem number five, it's going to take a lot of time. But as Arsenal wait, they have agreed personal terms with a certain player and they are safe. That is Eberechi Eze. So Arsenal saying, listen, if you guys don't want to negotiate with us, Madrid and the others, we have Eberechi Eze lined up. Mikel Arteta has personally talked to Eze representatives. And when Mikel Arteta talks to a player and he's involved in talks, I don't want to speculate, but you know what happens. Then Arsenal very much interested in Mohamed Kudus. He could be one of the options together with Anthony Gordon. But I think Gordon is going to be difficult and expensive since Newcastle didn't want to sell. And Kudus is an option that is available, but it's going to be very expensive. He's 85 million pounds rated by West Ham. And if that's going to go down, probably 65 to 70 million. And that is still more expensive than Eberechi Eze. And finally, if Arsenal don't sign any of the two strikers, Šeško and Gyökeres, they have confirmed interest in Hugo Ekitike. Those are all the done deals and confirmed transfers Arsenal are working on right now.